Were you a fan or familiar with Kevin Sorbo and Christy Swanson's acting work before you met them to film What If?
Yeah, I had heard of them, and I had seen their stuff, but I actually, when I heard the casting choices, because it was all such a crazy casting decision, the whole thing was so crazy. Dallas Jenkins, the director, was telling me the story. We kind of, by the time that we all found out who all had booked it, it was so interesting because I decided to not look them up and get familiar with their work. And for me, as an actor, anytime I go on an audition, I look up the producer, I look up the director, see the kind of stuff that they do, or the people they've worked with, look up any actors that might be attached to it already. I mean, I really like to do my research. And with What If, I decided to not do that. I decided to actively refrain from trying to get to know them as actors and professionals, and really just wanted to slide into the role as their daughter. Because I realized we didn't have time to fake it. We didn't have time to get used to each other, and I didn't have even a week of pre-production. I literally had one day of fittings, and the next day I was on set filming with them. So I really wanted to instantly create that connection and not have to break down roles of fellow actors. Because I feel like if you see someone as a fellow actor, there's a lot of tension in between fellow actors, which is why audition rooms are the least pleasant place you could ever decide to spend some time. So it's even, with people who are playing dads and moms and things like that, it could be very awkward. Unfortunately, once I got to know them, they were all super cool, and, we all just wanted to kind of do the best that we could, and we all, I think, had that in common.
How is it working with the director Dallas Jenkins, and how did it differ filming with him than with other directors you've worked with?
Filming with Dallas is probably like no other filming I've ever done. When I filmed 16 Wishes, Peter DeLuise actually reminded me, who directed 16 Wishes, in addition to being, a legend in the industry. He reminded me a little of Dallas's style, because he was very kind of, he was definitely ready to get it done, and he never sacrificed professionalism, but he was very young and just laid back, and that was kind of Dallas's situation too. And Dallas and I have this in common. When we get stressed out or upset or anything, we kind of get quiet. We joke and we have lots of fun to an extent, and then if we get stressed out, we kind of get quiet. So there was never any yelling, there was never any, anything like that, even if the pressure was ever on. And so I think that he made a really great environment for everyone, and I liked his vision a lot. Like I said, I think that the way that he kind of went into the movie, wanting to create it as a subtle film that had a faith-based message organically running through it, was really impressive to me, because I feel like in anything that you believe, religion-wise, politically, whatever it is that you believe, I feel like it only does damage when you force it down someone's throat. And I personally have a very strong faith system, and I never want to sacrifice that for blatant. And I'm a very honest person. I'm very extremely honest. If someone's like, hey, do you like my outfit? I'll be like, that is a look. And there are very few people that can pull that look off. I'm a very honest person, and I am very blunt and blatant about the things I believe as well. But I think that there are a time and a place to be, it's a balance. Not watering things down, and also not, shoving things down people's throats. And I think Dallas achieved that balance in the beginning, and I knew that kind of right off the bat when he was talking to me about this script. He said it to me, and I told him, I love the script, but it could be done in a very cheesy way. And he says, I think this is what it's coming back to me right now. I think what he said was something along the lines of, I would rather stop in the middle of production and completely scrap the project and lose all of the money that we've invested in this and all of the time, than carry on in a way and make this movie in a really bad or cheesy way. I think that there was rather not do this at all than do this poorly. And so we were on the same page from the beginning, and it was super exciting. And I'd known him for a while and been wanting to work with him too, so it was kind of a plus. And then I loved that I got to be an older sister, because I'm the youngest child, and I've been wanting to play a role where I can be like an older sister, so that was cool.
Are you involved with charity work?
I am. I have a couple of charities that are really close to my heart. There are kids are very, very important to me, and there's something that always tugs at my heartstrings. And I also believe very strongly in the power of kind of the arts and self-expression. But really my main charity is the Muscular Dystrophy Association, and I've actually been looking lately into ways to get involved with that. I also work really closely with Do Something, and they basically kind of really empower youth, which is something obviously that has a lot to do with something I believe. And then, people going out there and making a change of their own accord. So those are two of the charities that I'm really, really involved in, and I really believe. And I think that, no matter what you believe and no matter what it is, because everyone really has a different calling and has a different thing that speaks to them, whatever it is, I think that you should get out there and find a way to really make a difference, with them or for them.
What would you love for your next movie project to be, and who would you want to work with?
What would I love for my next movie project to be? Anything where I get to do a roundhouse kick. I love kind of action movies. Those are my favorite ones. Or maybe not action movies, but like suspense. Something with an action scene. Something where I'm kind of running. It's a little more faster paced. Maybe intellectually, balanced. So you're kind of like trying to solve mysteries and things like that too. I think that would be great. And who would I love to work with? There's a couple of producers that I really like. I also really like, actor-wise, I have a few friends that I would love to work with. Some friends, from the channel, some friends that do like soap operas and things like that. So obviously I think it's always good to work with people that you get along with and that you kind of like have things in common with. I'd love to work with like Jason Dolly, Allison Stoner. I think they're great. They're some of my favorite people alive. Shane Harper is wonderful. And music-wise, my next project, I've been working a lot with my brother, and I can't imagine it going any better. We're doing everything ourselves, so it's kind of a very experimental situation, and it's cool because we get to kind of learn a lot about ourselves and about each other, and everything throughout the whole music project that we've been working on, so that's great too.
Do you like to read?
I love to read. Yeah, I actually went on like a 5-month hiatus of not reading, and I started craving it. And then I picked up a book, and from 2 weeks from the time that I picked up a book again, I had finished 3 books and 2.5 scripts. No, yeah. 3 books and 3 scripts, I think, because I had finished it. And I just went on this reading kick, and now I'm addicted again, so.
Do you like the Harry Potter series?
I actually haven't read the Harry Potter series. That is one series that I haven't read. I read the Twilight series, and I just got into a series called it's like the Iron Flay series, and the first book is called The Iron King, and the second book is called The Iron Daughter, and I'm awaiting February of 2011 for the Iron Princess, or the Iron Queen.